Dear friends, what I want to share with you today is important, I think, but I should preface it by saying that you might violently disagree with me. Recently, I've had some very interesting experiences when I post something political. I always get very violent reactions, some violently negative and some turbulently positive. I recently posted something on Instagram thanking President Joe Biden for actually stepping down, uh, considering his age and considering that it was unlikely for him to win the presidential election. And so, my political bias, I thanked him. And within an hour, I lost 9,000 followers on Instagram. And it was pretty violent, the disagreement, and how, I was basically letting people down and that I wasn't being spiritual, on and on. Anyway, that's life, okay? So today I want to explore, in the light of that, something that spiritual traditions call the mirror of relationship, which basically has one very simple premise, okay? And that is, in the mirror of relationships, those that we love and dislike intensely are a reflection of ourselves. So think of someone who you are attracted to intensely. Think of the qualities they have. You're attracted to those qualities because you have more of them. You have them and you want more of them. And then think of someone that you dislike intensely. You would never go to, say, Hawaii for the weekend for them and with them. And then notify their traits, whatever, narcissistic, self-important, rude, whatever. And you realize that you have some of those traits yourself, but you're denying them. Now, this is very disconcerting to most people, but it is actually the path to enlightenment. I explored this idea in my book, The Path to Love, where I explored the profound connection between relationships, self-reflection, and spiritual growth. And all that I explored was closely aligned with non-dual philosophies. This perspective suggests that our interactions with others, particularly those that we love or dislike intensely, serve as mirrors reflecting our inner selves and spiritual journey. In these traditions, the fundamental principle is the absence of separation between the conscious agent, the soul, and the external world. This concept extends to relationships where the boundaries between individuals are seen as illusory. So all my life's work has been based on this idea. And in The Path to Love, I presented love as a transformative force that can lead to spiritual awakening and a deeper understanding of our true nature. In that book, I explored seven stages of love: attraction, infatuation, courtship, intimacy, surrender, passion, and ecstasy. These stages, in my view, represent a progression from ego-driven experiences to a more profound, spiritually aligned connection. So as we move through these stages, we are encouraged to look beyond surface-level attractions and conflicts, recognizing that our relationships reflect our inner state and spiritual development. The path to love begins with self love and self awareness. This aligns with non dual teachings, which often stress the importance of recognizing one's true nature beyond the ego. By cultivating self love, we become better equipped to form authentic connections with others. Self love is loving your true self, not your ego. And we begin to see these connections as opportunities for growth and discovery. The concept of relationships as mirrors is particularly significant in this context. When we encounter strong emotions, whether love or aversion towards another person, then we are actually confronting aspects of ourselves. This mirroring effect can both be challenging and enlightening. Those we love deeply often embody qualities we admire or aspire to develop within ourselves. By recognizing this, we can cultivate these traits more consciously in ourselves. People who trigger strong negative reactions in us, doesn't matter, Biden, Trump, whoever, okay, me, or, your neighbor or your husband or your wife or your significant other or your children, anybody who triggers strong negative reactions may be highlighting unresolved issues or unacknowledged aspects of our own psyche. These challenging relationships offer opportunities for self-examination and growth. By understanding that our reactions to others are reflections of our inner state, we can approach relationships with greater compassion and mindfulness. And this awareness can lead to healing of past wounds and a more balanced life, emotional life as well. So, as we progress on the path to love, we move from ego driven relationships to those based on spiritual essence. This transition involves overcoming ego based behaviors that create barriers to authentic love. They involve healing past wounds to open the heart fully. And they open the way to conscious communication, to deepen connections. And they open the way to creating a sacred space that nurtures loving relationships. And ultimately, this self forgetfulness or forgetfulness of self importance or ego importance leads to ecstasy in relationships. This is the act of putting others' needs and well being ahead of our own immediate desires. And this is actually not about negating one's self worth or becoming a doormat. Instead, it involves a shift in focus from self centered concerns to a genuine interest in the well being of others. So it involves a bit of sacrifice, which seems sacrifice, but it really isn't. It's a self sacrifice of the absolute in relative experience. So when we prioritize other people's needs, our partner's needs and well being, we experience a deeper sense of connection and intimacy. This sacrifice, when balanced with self care, can lead to mutual growth and satisfaction in relationships. It fosters trust, respect, and emotional closeness, which are essential components of a fulfilling partnership. From a psychological standpoint, this forgetfulness of the ego can lead to increased happiness and satisfaction. It leads to altruism, selflessness, which activates the brain's reward centers, leading to feelings of joy and fulfillment, and also gives us insight into our own spiritual nature. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of this kind of self-forgetfulness as a path to a higher state of consciousness. In Christian teaching, self-forgetfulness is seen as a way to align oneself with love, and acceptance of a higher power. This alignment can lead to profound inner peace and joy, frequently called the peace that passes understanding, and ultimately leads to not only joy and peace, but what we might call ecstasy, stepping outside the theater of space, time, and causality. To cultivate this experience, try active listening, to truly listen to others without planning a response. This shows genuine interest and concern for other people's feelings and thoughts. Engage in acts of kindness and service to others without expecting anything in return. This fosters a sense of connection and mutual support. Be fully present in your interactions with others. This helps to shift focus from self centered concerns to the shared experience of relationship. And always practice gratitude and appreciation. Regularly express gratitude and appreciation for others, and for everything that you have. This reinforces positive feelings and strengthens our emotional bonds. So, I want to end by saying that I apologize to those that I offended by, sharing my political biases, but that's life, okay? And I was not triggered by the negativity. I just want to share with you that all that kind of negativity is an opportunity for personal growth. Take care, my friends, and you can always engage with my digital twin by going to digitaldeepak.ai, and Digital Dharma can help you use prompts to find personal well being and elevate your spiritual intelligence. Have a good day and God bless.